In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the 2012 Audi A4 Quattro. If you've been on my channel before, you'll know that I'm a huge fan of Audis, and specifically the A4. I've had 17 cars in my life, and the vehicle that I've gone back to more times than any other is the A4. I've had a 2003 A4, a 2006, a 2007, and a 2009. So I'm a huge fan of the vehicles. I definitely would guess that I'll probably have another one at some point in the future. Currently we've got an Audi Q5, which works pretty well for our family, but every time I drive an A4, I'm reminded of how much I like these vehicles and how well-rounded they are overall. Now my 2003 A4 that I bought, kind of consider that the first vehicle purchase of my adulthood. Bought it when I was a senior in college. I drove it to 165,000 miles and had a great experience with it. When I got up to that 165,000 mile mark, decided to upgrade to a newer A4 with lower mileage, and so I bought a 2009 A4 and was blown away by the advancement that Audi had made in such a short period. This 2012 is of that same generation. So Audi's currently in its 4th generation of the A4. This is the 3rd generation model, which was produced from 2009 to 2017. And the difference between the 2008 and 2009 A4 is incredible. First of all, from a design standpoint, I feel like Audi really was able to take a huge jump in the advancement of the design, not only on the exterior, but also on the interior. And in addition to that, the performance and ride quality improved immensely. It was amazing the difference in just the responsiveness of the the engine, the smoothness of the transmission, and just overall, they really were able to take a great car already in the 2nd generation Audi A4 and just continue to improve on it for this 3rd generation. Now, just giving you an overview of kind of the exterior of the A4. Primarily, it's available in sedan format, but there's also a wagon variant called the Avant, and then there's also the All-Road, which has a little bit more clearance and is also a wagon variant. There's 3 trim packages available on the A4. There's the Premium model, the Premium Plus model, and the Prestige model, and they rank in order of the extent of options in that order. So the Premium is the base model, and then the Prestige is the highest end model. This model is the Premium model of the A4, and some of the things that distinguish it from the Prestige and Premium Plus models, first of all, are the daytime running lights. So you'll see on this model with the Premium, you've got the daytime running light right down here below the headlights. On the Premium Plus and Prestige models, they've got an LED light that kind of curls a little bit. So it's got a slightly different appearance. Another big difference is these are the wheels that come on the Premium model. Some Premium Plus models will also have these wheels, and with the Prestige model, you'll see an upgrade to an 18-inch sport wheel. In addition to that, the engine or the options inside are going to be a little bit different between the different versions. Now, like I said, this is the Premium model, which is the base model of the A4, but you'll see that it still has a great design to it and a number of great options. So leather seating is standard. You still get the same beautiful appearance that you get in the Premium Plus and Prestige models. Some versions of the A4 will have some controls down here. So they're moved from this dashboard down into the center console. And so that's one difference. You also don't get the push button start with the Premium model. So that's, another minor difference. Not all versions of the Premium Plus have push button either. So that will vary a little bit by vehicle. Now, a lot of the other options that you get with the Premium Plus and Prestige, be like navigation, which, most people are using their smartphones for that today. And so not a whole lot of value in that. You've got sunroof. Obviously, you're still going to have Bluetooth connectivity in the Premium model. It's, given that it's an Audi, it's still a very high-end vehicle. Now, the thing that really, to me, sets Audis apart from other vehicles is just the attention to detail. When you look at just how they, inset these little stainless steel pieces, and you look at the center console, likewise, just the attention that goes into the design of every little feature and the accents and just the overall sense of quality that you get throughout the vehicle is pretty much unmatched among other brands on the market. Even looking at the key that comes with the vehicle, just the attention to detail in the design of the key and the functionality of the key. For comparison, you know, this is a 2012 Audi. You look at the key that comes with my 2016 Tacoma, and you know, it just feels cheap. It rattles when you shake it, and you know, that's the thing that you get with the Audi, is just that attention to detail on everything about the vehicle. Now the A4 grew quite a bit going from the second generation to the third generation model, so you get quite a bit of leg room, and you'll see especially in the back that's really present. So I'm 5'10", and you can see that sitting in the vehicle I've got ample leg room. The front seat is positioned to my driving position, and so you know, obviously plenty of room for someone taller in the back here. The first and second generations of the A4 are significantly smaller. That is one thing you'll notice with the A4, is that it's grown a lot in its first 3 generations. For the 4th generation, it stayed quite a bit more consistent. Going back to the trunk, so if we want to unlock the trunk, the key, see that you get quite a large capacity back there. So when the third generation of the Audi A4 was first released, it was available with either a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo engine or a 3.2-liter V6. Both engines had very similar performance capabilities in terms of 0 to 60 time, torque. Where they really varied was on fuel economy, and for that reason most buyers gravitated to the 2-liter 4-cylinder engine because it got much better fuel economy, and the performance numbers were basically the same as the 3.2-liter V6. And for that reason, Audi discontinued the 3.2-liter engine and began offering it only with the 2-liter 4-cylinder. So this 4-cylinder engine is capable of 21 miles per gallon in the city and 29 miles per gallon on the highway in the Quattro variant. And if you get the front wheel drive variant, it bumps up 1 mile per gallon to 22 in the city and 30 on the highway. Now, if you do want a little bit better performance than what you get in this 2-liter 4-cylinder, the Audi S4 is the sport variant of the Audi A4. It's got a 3-liter supercharged V6 that has significantly better performance numbers in terms of acceleration, top speed, torque. With that, you do see a little bit of drop in fuel economy, and the S4 is quite a bit more expensive. And so that's really going to be more focused on your car enthusiast, while the A4 is going to be focused on just you know, your ordinary daily driver. So another great option on the Audi A4 is that it's available in either front wheel drive or all-wheel drive. And so it's a great option to consider if you're looking for a vehicle that needs to be driven in inclement weather. That's been the thing that's really drawn me back to the A4 over the years, is its performance in snow and ice conditions is unmatched. So the all-wheel drive version of the Audi A4 is termed the Quattro system. So I mentioned at the beginning, this is the Audi A4 Quattro. That would imply that it's an all-wheel drive. The way that you can distinguish whether it's all-wheel drive on just the surface of the vehicle is that there's a little Quattro emblem right here on the front grille. So any Quattro is going to have that, and in addition to that, jumping inside the vehicle, you'll see that you've also got the Quattro designation up here on the front dashboard. Going around to the rear of the vehicle, likewise, you'll see the Quattro designation here. So that's one thing that you're gonna see if you're in the market for an A4 or looking at getting an A4. If you're looking at getting an all-wheel drive, there's a pretty significant price difference on used versions of the A4 because the Quattro system is more expensive and much more desirable. And it's really one of the things that sets it apart from other sedans on the market, is that there's a pretty limited pool of vehicles to choose from with all-wheel drive in sedan format. Now, one of the really nice things about that is that being a sedan and all-wheel drive, you get the best of both worlds, because you get the you know, performance of a sedan in terms of acceleration, handling, ride quality, but you get the utility of an all-wheel drive vehicle. And so you don't have to buy a crossover, an SUV that's going to have lessened you know, handling capabilities compared to the A4. These drive incredibly well in any snow and ice conditions. Obviously, if you get in really deep snow, you're not going to have the same capability, but in general, assuming that the road department's out there plowing the roads, you're probably going to be better off in an A4 than you're going to be in most SUVs or crossovers that are available on the market. So what really, to me, sets Audis apart from other vehicles is just the attention to detail and the quality of the interiors of their vehicles. You know, keeping in mind that the A4 was first introduced in 2009, to me, this generation of the A4 really set the bar for the whole auto industry, and I think that a lot of what you see in this vehicle has carried over into vehicles that are being produced today. One thing that's really cool is everything is controlled on the center screen, and so, you know, whether you want to go to tuning here and we want to, or sorry, if we want to go to the FM, you go up to your FM stations, you know, you can control all of that through here. If you want to go to car features, so you can go through here, you can control how the exterior lighting is set, you can check the oil level on the vehicle, service intervals, tire pressure monitoring, you know, all of that is in there. If you want to go to your telephone, you can connect your phone, you can see all your contacts, you can place calls through this system. You know, satellite radio, if you subscribe to that service, is available through this feature. Some of the higher end, you know, Premium Plus and Prestige models take a lot of these additional buttons as far as, you know, thermostat and heated seats and everything, and put those through this control system. In some ways, that's actually an advantage of the premium model, is that it's more simplified with the buttons. But at the same time, if you're really into features and technology, those Premium Plus and Prestige models, it is kind of cool being able to control it all through the center screen. So the A4 has great handling characteristics in just about every sense. You know, from acceleration to transmission shifts, steering, cornering, A4s are really top notch in all of those areas. And you know, I mentioned that the gas mileage is almost 30 miles per gallon, but at the same time, when you really punch the throttle on the A4, it'll throw you back in your seat, no problem. And so the power is there, and that's the great thing about the 4-cylinder turbo, is that again, you get the best of both worlds. With the performance is there when you need it, because you've got that turbo, but if you want to drive economically, you don't want to, you know, put that turbo fully to use, you can get great fuel economy. The 2009 A4 that I had the same 2-liter turbo engine. And my brother and I took a trip down to California, and on that trip there was a section of roadway that we tested the capabilities of the vehicle, shall we say. I think that our average speed on this drive was about 85 miles an hour. We maxed out the car to see what the top speed was. It was 132 miles an hour, and the vehicle was not even trying at 132 miles an hour. It was completely effortless. The limiter on the vehicle is the only thing that was holding us back from driving faster. And the other amazing thing is that the cabin of the vehicle was still silent even at 132 miles an hour. But all that to say, on this drive, we still managed to get 35 miles per gallon, even at those speeds. So, you know, it was pretty amazing that this car could, you know, perform at that level in terms of, you know, driving at those higher speeds and still get great fuel economy, well beyond what the EPA number is. But that was because, you know, again, that turbo was not fully engaged the whole time. Obviously, we weren't driving 132 miles an hour the whole time. We just tested it out once. But we were driving at higher speeds because they were desolate back roads with very little traffic, and wanted to kind of experience what the car was capable of. So we did. But, you know, in terms of, you know, your normal day-to-day driving, the Audi A4, you know, while it has those capabilities to drive at those higher speeds and accelerate quickly and everything, the reality is that you're not going to be doing that on a day-to-day basis, and it performs well at the intended purpose that it was designed for. You know, you get those really shifts or smooth shifts, the acceleration's there when you need it, you get great fuel economy, and, you know, it feels very natural. It's a nice sized car in terms of length and width. It's easy to drive, and, you know, while it's small enough that you still feel very connected and agile and everything, it's not so small that you feel cramped or too low to the ground, and so really strikes a nice balance in there. between, you know, those competing areas. So that's a review of the 3rd generation Audi A4. If you've got any comments or questions, leave them in the section below. For more car videos, subscribe to my channel. In the meantime, thanks for watching.